15,000 await the entrance of our quarterfinalist, Justine Henin, who has won 4 majors in her brilliant and yet young career. And Lindsay Davenport, the oldest woman left in the championship, nearing 30 years of age, and 6 long years since she held the Grand Slam championship trophy, and that was right here in Melbourne, the year 2000. And as you could see, that billboard, Lindsay Davenport, Justine Henin, that would be worthy of a Grand Slam final, but we're going to see these two talented ladies in the quarters.
And they're playing in the quarters instead. It's really something. But there are other players and some matches still to be played. But already today, the two Russians clashed in what we got to say was a pretty ugly intramural quarterfinal.
Charitable event.
It wasn't pretty, but Maria Sharapova, for the 3rd time, has beaten Nadia Petrova in the quarterfinals of the last 3 majors in which they both entered. It was not a great-looking match, but Maria awaits the winner of this one. And, of course, tomorrow, Martina Hingis, a surprise in the tournament. She goes up against Kim Clijsters and Patty Schnyder and Amelie Mauresmo. So Hingis is really the wild card in there. She was given a wild card, and boy, has she come good with it, hasn't she?
She has indeed. Now let's get right to the most important issue involving tonight's match. Lindsay Davenport, in perhaps the best condition of her life, has worked so hard. She gets here, plays well, and then 2 matches ago turns an ankle.
It's such a pity what's happened to Davenport, because we were all so happy to see this woman. It's in such in good nick, as they say down under. Lindsay had worked very, very hard in the offseason. She's really looking to win at least one more major. And she's won this one before. She was looking very good for the first couple of rounds. It looked like nothing but blue skies for the world's #1. Then those blue skies went away.
I've never gone over on my ankle before, so I wasn't really sure at the time exactly what had happened. It's no question it was the court. With this surface, the hotter it gets, the stickier it gets, and just caught it on that one volley. And I remember thinking, like, oh God, it's getting worse. And I was like, train really hard, try to get everything that I normally injure better, and then I trip and something happens like that on the court. So there was a moment of like 2 minutes where I'm like, I can't believe this now happens of all things. I think it's just one of those things where you shake your head about in disbelief.
And of course, that's part of being a tennis professional. There's bad luck, injury, bad luck involved as well. We'll see how well she can move. She did not hit yesterday, did hit today, and reportedly felt pretty good about how that ankle felt. Now, Justine Henin quietly has motored through this championship, and she may be the most healthy of them all.
Isn't that something? Because Justine Henin has lost so much to illness and injuries in her career, Dick. But she looks great, doesn't she, this year? She dropped the physical fitness. Her physio, who's been working with her for a number of years, and she was having all kinds of problems. She's leaner now. I don't think she's carrying about 10 pounds less, and she's always going to look to be aggressive. As she says, she needs to play with aggressivity. And she does that not just with her tremendous all-court game, but with her footwork. I mean, this is something that should really play out in a big way in her favor against Davenport, whose mobility is never great at the best of times, but if it's at all compromised, then Justine Henin will be able to really go after that. And when Lindsay, she spent yesterday with her in an ice bucket, with her ankle in this ice bucket, and the swelling has gone down, but it's still going to be very difficult for her. And yes, she warmed up lightly today, and we'll look to see, because she says her biggest problem right now is going to the backhand side and then pushing off that left ankle to recover back into the court. Somebody like Justine Henin is not going to allow Lindsay to get away with slow movement, Dick.
They've met 9 other times. Lindsay Davenport won the first 5. Justine Henin has captured the last 4. One woman will advance to the final 4 this evening.
certified pre-owned vehicle program. It's the shortcut to your dream car.
What moves when Wall Street moves? You do. Your family does.
The Clark family has...
And big or small, growing or consolidating,
The Foley family
you
has...
always seek opportunity. That is why John Hancock now provides more innovative investment products to help you reach your goals. After all, the business that matters most to us
The Rice family open for trading today.
is the one that matters most to you. The new John Hancock. Investments for the opportunities. Insurance for the unexpected.
You see a long business trip. At Franklin Templeton, we saw regional air travel rising and invested in a commuter jet manufacturer ready to take off. A smart move for our fund shareholders. Perspective like this has made Templeton a pioneer in global investing. Franklin Templeton Investments. Gain from our perspective. Ask your advisor for a prospectus with investment goals, risks, fees, expenses, and other information to read and consider carefully before investing.
So, sir, which tastes better?
Oh, the Pringles taste better.
Okay. Is that because they're less greasy, or?
Nope, just tastes better.
You know, a lot of people love these cans. Maybe it's a can you like.
No, it's not the can. It's a Pringles.
A recent taste test proves it. Pringles taste better than the leading bag chip.
ESPN2's exclusive presentation of the 2006 Australian Open, brought to you by Franklin Templeton Investments. Gain from our perspective.
Casual time of the evening, and those without tickets to Rod Laver Arena will watch on the large screen out in Garden Square here in Melbourne Park. The retractable roof open. The coolest evening of the championship, 64 degrees. Winds were very treacherous this afternoon, and in part accounts for the play of Petrova and Sharapova, who were mounting errors as if they were about to go out of style. Low humidity. Perfect night to play, and great for the audience as well. There's your head-to-head. 2005, the last meeting in Charleston on clay, and Arden winning as Davenport retired in the third set. They played here 2 years ago, and Davenport jumped out to a 4-love lead, but could not hold on to the double break, and Anna Arden won in straight sets.
That was a crazy match. Lindsay up 2 breaks. She had points for 5-1. She had 3 set points at 5-3. She was just trying to hit outright winners, and a lot of them were landing, especially off of Anna Arden's second serve. And then Anna pulled close, which is what she can do so well, and Lindsay just lost the lead.
Well, they know each other well. No need for a scouting party. Here are their thoughts.
We had a great match a number of years ago, and I remember being up a lot in the first set and losing.
I'll have to be careful on the first 2 or 3 shots in the points, because everybody knows she's very aggressive on the first shots. So.
No matter what her ranking is, she's always a very feared opponent, and I'm, going to have to play very well and hopefully be 100%.
Yeah, it's going to be a good test for me, playing the #1 player in the world in the quarters of the Grand Slam.
So the game is on, and Lindsay Davenport, the #1 ranked player in the world. She has been for the last 14 weeks. Total of 98 weeks now that Lindsay has held that top position. Only 5 women in history have been #1 for 100 weeks plus. That would be an elite group. Great record last year, 60-10, as she maintained that #1 status. Her Australian Open record, no one's won more matches, 55 in the Open era.
Well, she was #1 in the world in 2005 for all but 7 weeks. And she won 6 WTA titles in all, second only to Kim Clijsters, who had 9. This woman, Justine Henin, missed a lot of last year. Pretty much after the clay court season, she just played very little. And that's why she's ranked 8 in the world right now.
And Arden opens the match. There's Davenport attacking. She's going to have to be aggressive early in the points, and there's her trip to this quarterfinal round.
And she had some tough rounds there. Sprem is a very tricky player, and she had a tough set against her. Then Maria Kirilenko, the young Russian, took her to 3, and Kuznetsova just totally let her off the hook in that match. That's where she had re-injured her ankle, lost 4 straight games, and Kuznetsova couldn't keep her out there long enough to take the set and the match from Davenport.
Davenport defeating 2 seeded players. This is the first seed Anna Arden has played. Arden capitalizing on the net court. Mother Ann Davenport, who apparently yesterday, Lindsay didn't like the idea of sticking her foot in that ice bucket and said, "Mom, you do it first. If it's not too painful, then I'll try it."
It's like a food tester, a foot tester. I remember a couple of years ago, Davenport was really considering retiring because she was so fed up with all her injuries. Had a bad knee problem, had a problem with her foot as well. Michelle Gabriel is Davenport's trainer. Married an Aussie, this woman, and instead of quitting, Davenport decided to really dedicate herself. Got her own physical fitness trainer and has worked so very hard. This is just rotten luck for her to have an ankle problem.
And that was one of those not tired yawns, but nervous yawn. Is that I hope she's going to make it. So much dedication to this championship. And a break point early for Davenport.
And there's her husband, John Leach.
This guy, John, from a great tennis family.
Exactly. And he watched it last year when Lindsay was up a set and 3-love in the final here, only to lose to Serena Williams.
Well, Davenport a chance to pounce on this break point, second serve.
And her only chance, I feel, Davenport, against Anna Arden is to deliver body blows. She's been serving very, very well in this tournament, and her return game, of course, is almost unsurpassed.
Well, she went for it. And Arden tuned up for the Australian Open Championship by winning the pre-Aussie at Sydney.
It's a tricky win for her, too. The final against Francesca Schiavone, the tough Italian.
And beat Martina Hingis in the first round. So that was an interesting bookend.
In the final, down a set in 4-1. She figured out a way to win it.
That one skidded off the service line. Well, Davenport moved well there.
Davenport must play this match inside the sidelines and trying as much as possible to dictate from the center of the court. That's how she was able to play that last point. And remember, Davenport at the net is tough. She's comfortable up there. Boy, that's just what she wants. just what she wants. Again, dictating the tempo from the center of the court.
Advantage Davenport.
And another look for a break. What ball striking, huh? This is early in a match? You hear the sounds they're making off their strings?
It's a portent of perhaps a very happy match. Another second ball on break point. And Davenport. Good news is she's not limping, and better news, she's broken early. Luke Jensen is down on the court with us.
Yeah, Dick, the biggest thing I'm looking for body language. When I saw her step on the court, she had a smile on her face. She came up to the net for the coin toss. She was smiling. Coach David DeLucia has her fired up. As far as the ankle, she's gone to the backhand a couple of different times, up to volley and out to the ground stroke. No problem so far. She actually looks happy out there. She's ready to fire.
All right, that's good news for Davenport fans. There's David DeLucia, the new coach of Davenport. And of course, Lindsay is the last American left, men and women here at the Australian. And a foot fault, and that's the first foot fault call I've heard in a week and a half. Of course, she may be favoring that ankle. Gets the service winner. Not as heavily wrapped as we saw against Kuznetsova when I used about a half mile of tape to put her together. It's one of those high ankle sprains you hear often in the NFL, much tougher than the low ankle.
15-all.
The swelling above her ankle has gone down considerably, so that's good news.
Actually, with the wind, it is a little chilly this evening. Anna Arden, she missed on that backhand in the 4 matches coming into this quarterfinal. Actually, has had more winners from the forehand side than the backhand. Oh, a bad miss. Wide open court.
I like all the early action up at the net, though, from Davenport. I don't think we'd be seeing so much of that if her ankle were in better shape. She's got such good hands. She's so solid up at the net, Davenport. This could be a good thing for her.
14-13.
Anna Arden going for shots, but overpowering them in this game. Long again. And a point for Davenport, 2-love.
Davenport sent this one up, and that's plenty of time for Anna Arden to scramble into position, hit a swing volley winner of her own.
Good taste of her mobility. Opportunity to break back for Anna Arden. And so it is. So back-to-back breaks to open this quarterfinal match. She's only 23. Seems as if she's been playing on the tour for 10 years, doesn't it?
And she's the same height as Martina Hingis, but look how much bigger her serve is than the Swiss's. A lot more racket speed, a lot more action. She's going to want to stop missing all these first serves. It's early, but she's at 36%. Anna Arden against one of the world's best returners of serve.
Since she did not play last year and is the champion of 04, working on 11 straight wins here in the Australian Open. Heavy hitting from Davenport's end.
As you can see, she has not yet faced a seed and has not been troubled by anybody.
Donates a double fault, and Davenport with 3 breakers.
Had a virus that knocked her out for so much of 04. Only big title that Justine was able to win that year was the Olympic gold in Athens, and didn't start back in 05 until March. And then Justine played a very heavy clay court circuit, winning in Charleston, winning in Warsaw, winning in Berlin, and of course winning the French Open as well. But she'd hurt her hamstring in the last few rounds of Roland Garros, lost the first round of Wimbledon to Eleni Danilidou, and lost in the 4th round of the U.S. Open. That's why her ranking isn't too high right now. And then she played only 2 more tournaments, lost early, and told her coach, this year's over. I'm looking towards 06, which didn't please Carlos Rodriguez that much. But that's how she handles things, Justine. Some real trouble on serve.
2 double faults. The break for Davenport. She leads 2 games to 1.
At VHIX.com, the process of searching for a new or used car has never been simpler. On one website are thousands of cars available in dealer inventories in your area. You can search by make, by body type, even by how much you'd like to spend. So if you're looking for a new or used car, search for it at dealers near you at VHIX.com. Just click Auto on Comcast.net.
Comcast has your blueprint
for the ultimate home improvement. All your entertainment, internet, and phone needs connected.
With Comcast Digital Cable, high-speed internet, and digital phone.
Digital cable on demand exclusively from Comcast.
Amazing clarity with HD TV.
DVR gives you full VCR functions with no VCR.
Home network with high-speed internet.
And great savings with digital phone. Make the connection.
Turn your house into a Comcast house.
2006 Australian Open, the 101st Australian Championship, and Lindsay Davenport, 3 straight breaks to open the match, leads 2-1, playing in her 9th quarterfinal here in Australia.
Well, the class of opponent Justine is facing is such a big bump up from her first 4 rounds, and Justine's coach, Carlos Rodriguez, must be just a little bit worried that she's not yet playing anywhere near her best, facing all the power, experience, and weaponry of Lindsay Davenport.
Longevity of their relationship is something, working together since she was 14.
Back in '96, Justine's father, Jose, asked Carlos if his small child could work with him. And almost immediately she won the 14 and under Orange Bowl. About half a year after that, she won the Junior Roland Garros at the age of 15. A dream she had made to her mom. The French always means more to Justine than any of the majors, but this major plays closest to red clay than the others. She should like these conditions. High rubbery bounce, great traction. But right now, she's just making a few too many errors, and that's all to the good for Lindsay Davenport.
Not a bad time for Davenport to come forward. 40 love, but too big a hole. That flamboyant backhand.
It is, isn't it? Pretty flamboyant forehand, too. Doesn't get as much attention because so many of the women hit two-handed backhands, not the one-handed, where you really get to have a big release, big finish, like this woman's, like Maresmo's.
Oh, she was able to clip it inside the sideline, and it wasn't easy for her to reposition and hit that smash. Leads 3-1.
Most players wouldn't make Davenport play a second shot at the net. Such a deep, well-struck approach. This is as good a start as the injured Lindsay Davenport could have hoped for.
Oh, she's striking the ball as well as any match of this championship.
Love 15.
A lot of players will tell you, Dick, that when they're injured, their focus gets even sharper. They just have, they know that they've got no energy to waste. No concentration lapses, you know. 2 good sets and out. That's what Davenport's looking for. And the serving is really, look at that server's percentage on her second serve against the big Davenport return game. And that stays in.
But she had to hit a very tough shot to deliver the winner.
She had to back off that shot a little bit because it was struck so well, so big. It helped her get that angle. It's a tremendous return.
How'd you like it, Luke?
Well, obviously, a tremendous shot from Davenport. And one of the things DeLucia has brought to the Davenport game plan are tactics. Davenport sometimes would panic when she didn't do well with her power and she couldn't go to a B or C game plan. Davenport was able to scout the last match they played here. He got it on CD-ROM. Was able to really pick apart the Justine game plan and really go after this match with a lot of power.
That was that match 2 years ago when Davenport had the terrific start but couldn't hold it.
Again, Davenport controlling the middle of the court.
Out slugging her opponent for 2 more break points. And Arden broken her first 2 games and now in trouble again. Oh my, playing on an injured ankle. She has a double break lead, as the Aussies would say, good on ya.
The intensity of a champion, the skill of an artist, the competition, the power, the precision. The greatest dramas in tennis unfold. The Australian Open, the French Open, the championships at Wimbledon, the best players, the world's biggest stages, ESPN2, the Grand Slam Network, the Australian Open now playing.
Have you guys seen my easy button?
You can use mine.
Use your easy button to find my easy button?
Won't that, like, tear a hole in the universe?
What's the worst that could happen?
That's the worst that could happen.
Just hit it.
Okay.
See, there it is.
Where's Steve?
Want to get organized this year? From filing and storage to security and tax software, Staples has everything you need. Staples, that was easy.
Lindsay Davenport taking all 3 of Anna Arden's service games to lead by a double break 4-1 in this opening set. Meanwhile, on Margaret Court Arena outside in the wind, second round mixed doubles, and there's Martina Hingis. She's back and she's not leaving. And
she's over on the far side. That's of course Jonas Bjorkman partnering Lisa Raymond. Tremendous, these 2 teams. I mean, this is only a second round match, but Mahesh Bhupathi and Martina Hingis have already taken the first set. They're on serve in the second, so we'll be watching that. Hingis, of course, played that match against the Aussie youngster. Now it's 3-all. The Aussie youngster Sam Stosur last tonight. After that match, Stosur played a mixed doubles match after singles last night and won it. Let's go back inside later.
So Lisa Raymond with that last point. She's the top-ranked doubles player in the world, the American. Now Lindsay Davenport trying to solidify her 2-set lead, 4-1.
And the American Lisa Raymond and Sam Stosur playing doubles here. They won the U.S. Open and the year-end championships.
Davenport's second double fault. Guillermo Vilas. When it's Grand Slam time, Guillermo's there. Late call, but a correct one. In the chair tonight, Enrique Molina, Spaniard.
Davenport, remember the last time they played here, up 2 breaks. 3 set points and ended up losing in straight sets to Justine. They both remember that.
And Arden winning 7-5, 6-3 in 2004. And here she is with a couple break points to get one of those breakers back. And another error from Davenport's forehand. It's 4-2. So we've had just one hold of service in the first 6 games. And that was the pattern this afternoon as Maria Sharapova defeated Nadia Petrova. There were just a rash of errors. There were 20 double faults between the two women. And Sharapova eked out a 2-set win. And Sharapova booked to meet the winner of this quarterfinal in the semis. No surprise to her. She told the press that I know that Lindsay Davenport, those first 2 strikes of the ball are going to be so critical. She's going to come after me, and that has been the case tonight. First ace of the match. th ace of the championship for Anna Arden. She has been aced only one time. Testimony to her good return game. We ought to get hats like that, Mary. You know, it'd be great for our on camera.
Hey, if you do it, you know I'll do it.
That's it.
You don't have to beg.
Let's not go there.
And you just don't you sense that she has not yet made the adjustment against this woman's power. The weight of shot of Davenport is unlike anything she's faced to get to this round. She's not yet on it, is she?
No, she isn't. It's just like coming from 3A ball and all of a sudden you're playing in the majors.
Exactly.
And another break point for Davenport. Anna Arden, this is remarkable. And the risk of being broken 4 consecutive games to open this match. And she's serving at 36%, and that in part the problem, because Davenport is really laying the wood on that second serve. Or strings, as the case may be. Oh my goodness. And that has to really frustrate the Belgian champion. 4 straight times broken, and another double fault gives Davenport a 5-2 lead.
over now. They'll snap the ball, take a knee, and that'll end it. Bills are going to drop this one, and wait a second. The ball is loose. Fisher's got it, and he's got Walker to the 20. He's to the 10. Touchdown, Bills! Listen to this place. Holy moly! What? No! They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 30-yard line. The game comes to an end. The Bills lose a heartbreaker.
eLoan offers home equity loans with online appraisals and respect. Find out how much equity is in your home by applying today with eLoan. Those are some of the revolutionary ways we're changing the lending industry. eLoan. Radically simple.
Taking more pills than you'd like for your arthritis pain? Here's some good news for you. Only Aleve has the strength to stop arthritis pain all day long with just 2 pills. That would take 8 Tylenol. Aleve. Good news you'll want to share.
They know how to live here down under, relaxing out in Garden Square, the food courts and all the favorite libations. And inside Roof Open Rod Laver Arena, Lindsay Davenport with a 5-2 lead serves for the opening set. Justine Henin unable to hold serve. I wonder how far back you'd have to go to find her losing the first 4 games on her serve. That's an impressive statistic. 46-3 Davenport at the Australian when she takes the opening set. 0-4 when she loses the first set in Ardennes. It was at the net where Davenport turned her ankle, and the few bad plays she's made tonight have been up there. She normally would make that last play 49 out of 50. But continues to frustrate in Ardennes with her depth and weight of shot. Another wild forehand. David DeLucia, Mother Ann, watch their daughter move to within 2 points of the opening set. And to set point. The service winner. Serving 55% for the championship and 58% in this first set tonight. And the set to Lindsay Davenport. Considering the injury, what a lift this gives to the 29-year-old American.
More than 2,000 drivers a day switch their auto insurance to Mercury because of our great low rates. They stay because they know Mercury will be there when we're needed most. Call us today to see how much we can save you. Mercury Insurance, going the extra mile for you. For a fast, free quote, call 888-4-MERCURY.
Central Kia, the Kia King. Now with the 13888 Kia Sedona.
It's so easy, Central Kia.
Look no further. Buy a new Central Kia Sedona minivan with 5-star crash test rating and 10-year warranty. Now just $13,888.
Give 1866 Central a try.
Do you have a job? Do you have $199? Do you want $3,000 minimum for your trade? You can be approved guaranteed. Dial 1-866 Central today. The 13888 Kia Sedona. Head straight to Central Kia, Plano, Irving, and Louisville.
Young and old here in the Garden City, Melbourne, second largest to Sydney in this country, and located down on the southeastern coast. And Lindsay Davenport 6'2" in a 34-minute first set, with credentials that will earn her a bust in the Hall of Fame. Well, Lindsay Davenport wants one more Grand Slam, more than that if she can, but she has lived without a major title in 6 years since winning here in the year 2000. Anna Arden opens the second set with her second ace.
Have another look at the opponents Justine and Arden face. I mean, not that they're bad, necessarily bad, but they're nothing of the caliber of play that she's facing tonight. All baseliners that don't have nearly the wattage of Lindsay Davenport.
It's really an interesting point, because as you saw Lindsay Davenport's trip to the quarters, she started with some qualifiers and some that ranked maybe around the hundreds. Then she plays a seed, then plays another seed that's a little tougher, and eases her way up the ladder in terms of the strength of opposition.
It's just right, Dick. I mean, Maria Kirilenko is a very tough young Russian teenager, and of course Svetlana Kuznetsova won the U.S. Open 2 years ago.
Another double fault.
Yeah, she's just she's pressing so much.
Charlize Theron, the Academy Award winning actress, here promoting her movie North Country.
All of a sudden we don't know where Luke Jensen is.
What?
Oh, there he is. All right, just checking.
Oh, you can already hear the fans for the next match just getting so riled up outside.
Marcos Bagdatis with that big Greek Cypriot fan club. Oh, she misses the open court, and Anna Arden finally has held service.
Let's get the second set.
Well, Tuesday night, it's a doubleheader of college basketball on ESPN at 7 Eastern. Kentucky and Auburn in SEC action, and at 9, on to the Big Ten as the Hoosiers take on the Hawkeyes. Super Tuesday, presented by Lexus on ESPN. And here at Rod Laver Arena, and Arden a bit bouncier after holding her serve, although Davenport again had openings to put her in trouble, as she did throughout the opening set. Now in Arden reading that first serve.
This is outside Laver Arena. These guys here seem to be rooting for the Cypriot Marcos Bagdatis, but his opponent, Ivan Ljubicic, will have some crazy Croats cheering for him as well. It'll be a great sound. That match will be coming up after this one, and what a very pleasant start. Change of pace for Anna Arden to open up set 2 with a hold and some very snappy second football call.
Yeah. At 15-all here. Second game of the second set. Davenport quickly to a 6-2 win in the opener. And she throws in her third double fault. Really almost to the baseline with that second serve, and 2 break points to Anna Arden.
It doesn't look terribly windy down there, Dick, but that end of the court from where Lindsay is serving is the place where Andy Roddick told us the other day there's more wind than you can imagine. It's hard to control the ball.
And we saw both Sharapova and Petrova had great difficulty this afternoon from that end serving, and accounted for most of those 20 double faults in their match. And the break for Anna Arden to take the early lead in the second set.
And now that leads 2 games to love.
Excellent serve, setting up the easy forehand, and the pace of play for the 23-year-old Belgian picking up considerably here in the second set.
Defense from Justine Henin. Solid enough to draw the error from Davenport. And usually from there you're hitting something that doesn't have quite the sting of Anna's shot. She wrapped around it, got a good angle off of it, and now sits on a 40-love lead.
Her season last year limited by the injuries. Her 4 titles were all on clay, but if you pointed out, Mary Carollo, this surface plays of all the other major tournament surfaces most like clay, so she usually shows well here. Davenport leads with the opening set, but Anna Arden in front, 3-love in the second.
I knew he'd come in handy someday.
I'm State Farm Agent Ephraim Sanchez, and this is a true story.
I never knew that his good grades would save us money on car insurance.
I never knew he could get good grades.
He cheated.
He had a tutor. When I found out about Mark's grades, I got him a good student discount.
Dad, if you get me a car, we could get another discount.
Mark's getting a car?
That's so not fair.
More drivers get more discounts from State Farm than anybody else. See what a State Farm agent could save you today.
Like a good neighbor.
State Farm is there.
you like to be everywhere I am? Now you can be.
With Family Talk from Singular. Add a line for just $9.99. Plus get a cool Nokia video camera phone for only $29.99. Singular, raising the bar.
So the number 8 seed, she's ranked 6th in the world, Justine Henin, rallying here in the second set to a 3-love advantage. But Davenport trails by just a break and leads in the match, winning the opening set 6-2. Quarterfinal action at Rod Laver Arena. Maria Sharapova to meet the winner in the semifinals.
Twice, Justine Henin has won at Roland Garros. Has not yet won Wimbledon. But again, that 2004 where she was out so much of the year, she was still able to win gold at the Athens Olympics.
Good play, hitting behind the speedy Henin. Davenport has 3 of the 4 major titles on her mantle, unable to win at Roland Garros.
You may know the story about Justine. She won the Brussels 10 and under title in 1992, and first prize was 2 tickets to see the Roland Garros women's final. So she went with her mom and happened to see one of the greatest matches I've ever seen, Celis against Graf, a tremendous 3-setter. She pointed to the presidential tribune in Stade Roland Garros and told her mother, one day you'll be sitting there in the players' box watching me in the final. Of course, her mom died when she was only 12 years old of colon cancer, so she never got to see Justine win. But when she did, remember how she looked up to the heavens.
That was
well, I don't want to get you going.
Moment. Yeah, I'm easy.
Now she's won that one twice. She's already won this one once. And surely with the game she owned, she could win at Wimbledon. Win all 4 majors. My guess is that she's got a better shot of winning her 4th, her missing major, Wimbledon. A little bit easier than Lindsay Davenport can win her missing major, the French.
Now this is a must-hold for Davenport. 40-love to 40-30, down love 3.
That's where she can't push back. Into the court, and Justine going there twice and then carving under a shot for the drop winner.
Deuce.
Kind of expected to see more of that from Justine Henin, and we probably will.
Again, Dick, I think we watched Justine spend that first set just getting used to the power that this match would hold for her. And now she's dialed in, isn't she? Again going to the backhand. And Davenport comes up with a it's a Federer-like shot.
That really has the mooing and eyeing here at Laver Arena.
As it was a brilliant backhand from Henin. Look what Lindsay's able to do. So Davenport trying very, very hard to get on the board here. Try to sneak out a win in straight sets. She's broken Henin 4 times, so she knows she's not out of this set.
And Davenport on the board. In the second set, it's 3-1 in Ardennes.
And Ardennes leads 3 games to 1.
And really an exciting time for Lindsay Davenport, because in 2004 there were heavy talk about perhaps retiring, and she wants to, with her husband John, start a family, and he kind of written her off, and she winds up playing so well that she's #1 in the world and starts 2006 as #1.
15.
Such a popular player, so many rooting for her to capture another Grand Slam title. And a little slow getting around the position for that backhand. If you're just joining us, you see the heavy wrap on her left ankle, high ankle sprain. Happened in the Kurylenko match, and then she re-injured playing Kuznetsova. The Russian was very kind in not playing any balls on the court when she was in pain, and Davenport able to advance. And Ardennes was generous tonight in the first set, being broken 4 straight games, but it's been a new player here in the second set, and she's a couple of points from a 4-1 lead. After this second set, trying to force a decisive third. Way to go. 4-1, second set.
Over 75 million fans are hooked on the hottest, wildest, and sexiest show on television. Thursday, 8/7 Central. Some are breaking out.
I will be a threat out on the dance floor.
Others are breaking down.
I'm gonna cry sooner or later.
See who has the skills to survive.
Give me the act.
TV's most thrilling competition. Your vote decides. Live, Dancing with the Stars. Thursday, 8/7 Central, only on ABC.
When you get a cold, you can't always slow down. But you can feel better, faster, with NyQuil each night and DayQuil each day. Together, they'll give you the relief you need to keep going. So leave the coughing, aching, and fever behind with NyQuil each night and DayQuil each day. Feel better, faster.
And welcome back to Melbourne Park and Rod Laver Arena. Lindsay Davenport 6-2 in the opening set, and it's Anna Ardennes up a break at 4-1 in the second. And updating the mixed doubles match, Bjorkman and Raymond won the tiebreak in the second set, so they'll play for the third round.
Well, that should not be just to get into the third round, huh?
It shouldn't. Those are two terrific doubles teams. That's got to be very entertaining. And, of course, part of any Grand Slam event, you can meander around the outside courts, and very seldom will you be disappointed. You'll find something delicious to enjoy. Pressure on Davenport now. She's down just a break, but needs to hold. 1-4. Well, the good news is she's moved well. She's only been tentative on a few points up at the net where she misconnected on shots she normally would convert easily. A nasty slice from Anna Arden.
I couldn't tell you from here. I couldn't tell you from here.
So umpire Molina could not overrule. Let's see what Shot Spot says, and it was just wide.
She's gotten Lindsay a couple of times with those slices low to her forehand. Lindsay's about 6'2". She likes a higher bounce.
And another double for Davenport, her fifth. Yeah, we're in a point deep in this second set where these next couple of points are all but for the set. 2 breakers for Anna Arden. One saved. Another chance for a 5-1 lead. To save another.
And Davenport can't recover back into the court the way she likes, so she stayed home. And luckily for her, Justine sent it pretty much right back to a racket.
Serving just 50% in the second set, Davenport.
Some errors from Justine. Justine's husband not in attendance for the first time in as long as I can remember watching this woman play.
He's home working on his pilot's license, huh?
That's right.
His wife is flying along much more smoothly the air in the second set. And now with a double break lead, serves for 1 set all.
Now the net leads 5 games to 1.
Quite a turnabout by N. Arden that first set.